Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. This is the video on daily topic-wise editorial and news analysis where I'll be covering the important news and editorial from the Hindu and Indian Express. So the most important news would be discussed in this session, and additionally I'll be supplementing the content with some important information that can help you in prelims and mains examination. So let's get started with the topic first. Today is 25th of May. The first topic is Federal Reserve Bank of United States. They are planning for their cryptocurrency plan. They would be coming up with a roadmap. So we'll discuss what is cryptocurrency and how this is going to impact the future economy. Second, COVID relief priority for the upcoming GST Council, a GST Council meeting, which is again very important at this point of time. So we'll see how GST Council future prediction can be and what should GST Council should be working upon so that the sectors can get relief. Third is US intelligence report on Wuhan lab. Second last, single global tender for the vaccine procurement. This is an editorial from Hindu, a good editorial which talks about the procurement policy in the country. And the last is on-site booking allowed for the 18 plus age group. So these would be some of the important news article and editorial from today's newspaper. Apart from this, there would be some MCQs question based on current affairs, and these questions would definitely help you in the upcoming prelims examination. So those of you who are new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to give a thumbs up. Now we'll start our session with the news. The first news of the discussion is Federal Reserve Bank plan for the cryptocurrencies. So you can see this news is something which was there many times, and talking about significance of this news at this point of time because China has recently also come up with the regulation in cryptocurrency, and talking about bitcoins, they have precisely come up with a detailed plan. Now US is looking forward कि किस तरह से cryptocurrency and even the bitcoins can be regulated and monitored. So this is important for your general studies paper 2, effects of policy, politics of the developed and developing countries. So the US Federal Reserve, this is the central bank of the United States. जिस तरह से इंडिया में RBI होती है, वैसे US की जो central bank है, that is US Federal Reserve. So they are going to issue a paper shortly that would focus on the benefits and risk. क्या क्या benefits हैं, क्या क्या risk हैं digital currency के, उसके बारे में they would be sharing a short papers, and they would seek the public comments on whether they should go ahead with the plan or not. So these means that US officially would not certify this at this point of time. They're looking for all other precautions that they can take. जितने भी चीज़ों को एड्रेस करने की ज़रूरत है क्रिप्टो करेंसीज को लेकर के, they are looking forward for the digital currency. And US has taken decisive steps towards issuing its own central bank digital currency, right? So US ने ऐसे भी hint किया है कि they would be coming up with their own digital currency. So I personally feel down the line 10 years or 15 years, definitely the digital currency is something which would be promoted, and this is a time the time has come for the digital currency also. We would have never imagined for a digital payment, QR based payment, even for the UPI payments 5 year back, right? अगर आप 5 साल पहले अगर इस सब सारी चीज़ों के बारे में सोचते 5 year, तो इस तरह की चीज़ें नहीं थी इंडिया में, but definitely things have changed a lot, and during COVID, India has become the first number 1 country in terms of overall digital transaction. So this is my take, like in future there would be digital currency for each and every currency. There would be regulation in terms of the cryptocurrency. So at the timing of announcement, it is significant as cryptocurrency market has suffered a worst crash in over 12 months, right? We'll see what are the reason for the crash as well in the upcoming part of the video. Now US Fed की क्या stand है, जो US की Federal Reserve है, जो वहाँ की central bank है, उनकी क्या stand है? So US Fed did not see any specific plans for the currency. They said we do not have any specific plan, but definitely we see it as a regulatory measures that government should take, right? So it has prepared a progress for the payments technology and said that central bank has been very careful in monitoring this adopting methods. And all these innovations are something, this is more or less inclined to technology. Actually used as a country, the people are mostly aware of the technologies. Precisely talking about India, अभी यहाँ पे digital literacy नहीं है, financial literacy नहीं है, तो cryptocurrency थोड़ी यहाँ पे time लगेगी, right? So the effective functioning of our economy require that the people have faith and confidence not only in the dollar but also have the payment network. So this is what the US Fed has to quote that, but also in the payment network, bank, and other payment services provider. So they are trying to build an strength, they are trying to build an confidence of the investors and the people so that they can come in the payment networks, they can trust the banks, and definitely they can promote the payment services providers. नाउ यूएस फेड ने प्रपोज किया है ऑपरेशनलाइज करने के लिए इस प्लान को, हाउ दे वुड बी ऑप्शनलाइजिंग, क्या क्या रिस्क हो सकते हैं इस प्लान के. सो द सेंट्रल बैंक डिजिटल करेंसी विच आई हैव टोल्ड यू इन द बिगिनिंग दैट यूएस इज प्लानिंग. So US Fed Reserve is going to issue a paper shortly that will focus on the benefits and risk of the central bank digital currency, and that will seek a public comment. It is go ahead with the plan and flagging of this risk. So we'll see how US moves, because अभी के लिए अगर आप जो सबसे बड़ी करेंसी है that is US dollar only. Everything, every trade and the exchange is being done in the terms of dollar. So what they will decide accordingly, it will set a roadmap for the other emerging economy as well. Now jurisdictions की अगर बात करें, jurisdiction looking at the cryptocurrency and digital currency, चाइना ने रिसेंटली बार्ड किया है अपने फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस को that the payment companies from providing any services related to crypto transactions, and this include bitcoins as well, right? तो आप bitcoins की बात करोगे तो वो यहीं पे आती है, एंड बिटकॉइंस वाज समथिंग, अभी अब बिटकॉइंस में बहुत ज़्यादा डाउनफॉल देखी गई है. जितने भी शेयर्स थे बिटकॉइंस के, दे हैव डेप्रेटेड, और डेप्रिशिएशन काफ़ी ज़्यादा हुई है उस पर. So we'll see, because major economy like China and United States actually are a deciding factor in the digital market. So डिजिटल करेंसी में ये सारी चीज़ें काफ़ी अहम हो जाती है, जिसकी वजह से बहुत ज़्यादा उसके वैल्यू में, जो बिटकॉइंस है उसके वैल्यू में काफ़ी ज़्यादा डेप्रिशिएशन भी हुई है. दिस मीन्स दैट द बैंक्स एंड ऑनलाइन पेमेंट चैनल मस्ट नॉट ऑफर क्लाइंट सर्विस इन्वॉल्विंग द क्रिप्टो करेंसी. दिस इज वॉट द चाइना हैज़ टू सेट. तो इसके बाद कोई भी जो बैंक है वो डिजिटल चैनल से अभी सेटलमेंट नहीं करेंगे, सच एज रजिस्ट्रेशन, ट्रेडिंग, क्लियरिंग एंड सेटलमेंट. सो दिस वॉज द रीज़न विच आई हैव टोल्ड यू कि 12 महीने में 5 बार इस तरह से जो डेटोरेशन हुई है, दिस वॉज ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ द चाइनाज डिसीजन. सो चाइना हैज़ इशू अ बैन. दिस इज नॉट फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम, एक्चुअली चाइना हैज़ इशूड बैन ऑन 2017 एज वेल, जहाँ पे उन्होंने जो क्रिप्टोज करेंसीज हैं उनको बैन किया था, बट दैट वाज ओनली फॉर अ शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन, एंड बहुत की जो ब्रॉडनेस थी वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा नहीं थी. बट कंपेयर करें अगर इस बार की, तो उन्होंने वर्चुअल करेंसीज को भी रियल टाइम वैल्यू से अप्रिशिएट करने से मना कर दिया. सो दिस इज वॉट द चाइना has taken their action in terms of barring the financial institutions to make the payment related to the crypto transactions. Now, what about India? Definitely, India would also be looking forward. But यहाँ पे अगर बात करें, so crypto regulation of official digital currency bill was already tabled in the parliament, which prohibits any kind of cryptocurrency, जो प्राइवेट क्रिप्टो करेंसी है उसको बैन कर दी इंडिया में, एंड दे हैव लेट डाउन अ रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क फॉर द लॉन्च ऑफ official digital currency. On Supreme Court, on the Bitcoin note, they have said, although it is not legalized in India, but many investors are there, so government should formulate a law. This was a suggestions that was given by the Supreme Court. Now, it was also been introduced in the parliament budget session this year, which has helped the government to continue discussion and the stakeholders. So let's see how US is going to decide, because China has asked the financial institution not to continue with the crypto. So these two countries would be the deciding factor to give a roadmap for the other emerging economy as well. Now, COVID relief priority for the upcoming GST Council. A GST Council meeting at this point of time is very, very crucial and very important. So this is important for your General Studies paper 2, paper 3 precisely, inclusive growth and issues arising from it. And GST Council is something which is again a factual question for the prelims examination. UPSC although have asked the question in the prelims, but you can also read some more factual which would be relevant for the examination. So the Goods and Services Tax Council is expected to meet the last week of May. It is being anticipated that they would be meeting on Friday. This is what the government has told. So the meeting would take place with a gap of more than 7 months, right? तो 7 महीने के बाद ये meeting हो रही है, which is a long time. It should have met, but because of the COVID, the duration has been elongated. नाउ प्रायोरिटी लिस्ट की अगर बात करें, जो स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं, जो एक्सपर्ट्स हैं, उनका कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट एरियाज में प्रायोरिटी बताई गई कि गवर्नमेंट को क्या क्या चीज़ों पे ध्यान देनी चाहिए. सो द प्रायोरिटी शुड बी गिवन ऑन द रिलीफ ऑन द टैक्स लिविड ऑन द कोविड वैक्सीन एंड क्रिटिकल मेडिकल सप्लाईज. तो इन चीज़ों पे सबसे पहले जो टैक्स रिलीफ है वो देने की ज़रूरत है गवर्नमेंट को. and there should be a rationalization in the GST rates to provide relief to the sectors that were worst hit during the second wave. फर्स्ट वेव के बाद बहुत ज़्यादा इंडिया इकोनॉमी को टाइम नहीं मिला. वी हैव ओनली दिसंबर, from December onwards the cases were about to decline, and again on the March we have seen the peak, right? So सिर्फ 4 महीने के गैप में बहुत ज़्यादा इकोनॉमी रिवाइव नहीं कर पाई, but again during second wave whatever they have recovered has again been deteriorated a lot. So mechanism for paying states their compensation, this is which is a long due. Many states have been demanding the first wave आई थी कोविड के टाइम में, and states were running short of their chunks of the monies, so they already have asked the central government that they should provide the compensation, but actually it was not being provided. तो ये जो state की compensation है that should be provided at the earliest. There should be the priority list for the GST council meeting, and the council should also consider reducing the tax rate or the zero rating of the GST essential material to combat COVID. हैंड सैनिटाइजर्स हो गए, ऑक्सीमीटर्स हो गए, ऑक्सीजन कंसंट्रेटर्स हो गए, इन सारे में द टैक्स रिलीफ शुड बी गिवन टू देम. एंड माय पर्सनल ओपिनियन टू द गवर्नमेंट वुड बी they should be also regulating the price of the oxygen concentrator, oximeters, and other things that is required, right? You can see the price of the oximeter nowadays online have drastically increased. The price, definitely it was somewhere below 1,000 rupees, but now if you buy, it is costing none less than 3,000 rupees one oximeter. So government should be definitely capping the price so that a normal people can also afford it, a middle class people can also afford it. So some of the challenges of the meeting could be bringing the petroleum products under the GST regime, which has been a long debated, and to reduce the burden of high retail fuel prices for a common man is something which is very important, and these would be something under the priority list that the expert have raised for the GST meeting. Now burden for the states, as we know that जो last GST council हुई थी 12 October 2020, so उसमें कोई consensus नहीं हुई थी between the center and the state government. So several oppositions raised की गई थी regarding the compensation formula, जो revenue rank shrink होती है economy में due to the national lockdown. So there something which they have to work. And जो compensation की अगर बात करें, so the compensation has to be provided at the earliest, because still there are 63,000 crore from last year dues जो सेस की collections है, they have not met. जो compensation है वो अभी भी states को नहीं मिली है. So if the states get this compensation, definitely they would be buying more and more vaccines, और भी जो welfare programs हैं उनको भी वो आगे कर सकते हैं, right? So this should be given to the state, because central government ने states को procure करने की बात कही है. Although we'll discuss an editorial where it has been talked about that the central government should act as a central agency in terms of procuring the vaccines. So at this point of time, जो compensation amount है, जो cess है, that is very essential and very crucial, that should be given to the state government. Now rescue measures for the industry, कुछ जो rescue measures लेने की ज़रूरत है industry point of view से. So the second wave has proved to be much more lethal for business industries, for business people, and short-term measure it's not yielding the desired result. So we do not need any short-term result, rather we're looking for a long-term result, right? So the long-term result is something which is very important. Long-term measures is something which is very important, right? So LTM is something which should be followed. And the central and the state should come up with the sustainable measures to rescue the industry, right? Industry is something which has a lot more to contribute in our GDP. So definitely जो state government है, जो central government है, दोनों को मिलके काम करनी पड़ेगी ताकि industries को हमें एक stability के साथ continue करने की ज़रूरत है. While industries such as entertainment, I'm talking about the other multiplexes, cineplexes, they are completely shut. They are having a huge debt and huge loss. Hotels की बात करें, वहाँ पे भी पूरी तरह से they're not making profit. Even they do not have any option and what they can do. Right? Tourism, ये सारी चीज़ें बहुत ही badly affect हुई है. They definitely need the relief measures from the government or the compensation. So even the sectors that will continue to operate support many fronts, including getting the debt due to the refund quicker up to working for the capital that is required, right? और अगर GST refunds की बात करें, so export including जो एक्सपोर्टर्स हैं, खास करके जेम्स, ज्वेलरीज, IT सेक्टर्स के, उनमें भी अगर ज़रूरी हो सके तो उनको एग्जेम्पशंस दिए जा सकते हैं. जो GST के रिफंड्स हैं दैट शुड बी प्रोसेस्ड एट द अर्लीस्ट. सो दिस कुड बी सम रेस्क्यू मेजर that especially I'm talking about the central government, they should be taking, And in meanwhile, if there's something which is under the jurisdiction of state government, they could also take the measure to give a cushion to the industries. Now, US intelligence report on Wuhan lab. This is something which is very controversial from the time the virus has started globally, and US former President Donald Trump has already been alleging that this is a laboratory-based virus, and he called it a Chinese virus or a Wuhan virus, right? So we'll understand what is the intelligence report quoting about this. So this can be important for your general studies paper 2, issues related to development and management of health. सो यूएस की जो इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसी है उन्होंने रिपोर्ट किया है कुछ रिसर्च पेपर की जो यूहान की लेबोरेटरी थी, जो चाइनीज इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ वायरोलॉजी है, जो इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ बहुत ही बड़ी नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ वायरोलॉजी है चाइना के वुहान में. सो वहाँ के लोगों को ऑलरेडी 2019 में दे वर पीपल विद सिक एंड दे वर हैविंग द कोविड इन्फेक्शन. दिस वाज रिपोर्टेड. सो वॉल स्ट्रीट जर्नल है, उन्होंने रिपोर्ट किया है यूएस इंटेलिजेंस के हवाले से, एंड दे हैव साइटेड दैट previously undisclosed US intelligence report, there are many things which is still undisclosed because they feel अगर वो सारी चीज़ें disclose करेंगे तो China can have a वो अपने उस चीज़ के लिए they can have the counter argument. So the US is working, and if China is a country which has to be blamed, they definitely had to compensate to the entire world, right? So we'll see. We cannot comment on that whether Chinese should be blamed or not. But the intelligence report quotes are giving a hint that this is something which a fault can be given to China. We'll see. I'll understand that. So China cities of Wuhan is a place where coronavirus pandemic is believed to have originated. वहाँ की wet market है. If you have not seen, go in the YouTube and you can search that wet market. You will see it's a market, live animal market. From where it was being argued कि यहीं से जो वायरस है वो फैली है. Now the journal में क्या क्या बातें कही गई है, we'll discuss that, something important. So the journal come on the eve of the meeting of the World Health Organization, जो कि डिसीजन बॉडी है. उन्होंने डिस्कस करना था कि नेक्स्ट फेज ऑफ इन्वेस्टिगेशंस जो है कोविड-19 के ओरिजिन्स के वो कैसे चलेंगे. उसमें इस तरह के भी रिपोर्ट्स आई हैं. एंड अबाउट द रिपोर्ट जो WHO के स्पोक मैन है, दे हैव सेड कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की जो टेक्निकल टीम है, दे आर now considering the steps that how we can consider this internal report in terms of the origin of the virus. So further study need to take into the consideration जो वहाँ की animal market है, वहाँ की उसके बाद जो lab leak hypothesis है, जो कि यूएस के प्रेसिडेंट ने ऑलरेडी कहा है कि एक ये जो लैब लीक हाइपोथेसिस है दैट कैन बी ट्रू. सो दैट इज डेफिनेटली दैट हैज टू बी क्रॉस एग्जामिन्ड एंड देन वी कैन कम टू अ कंक्लूजन. ऑल्दो चाइना ने हमेशा डिनाई किया है इस तरह के एलिगेशंस से. So a joint study into the origin of COVID-19 by WHO in China has pushed on end March, जो कि extremely likely थी, and that could have escaped from the lab. But China definitely उन्होंने raw data देने से मना किया WHO की टीम को, and there was a lot of controversy which has arisen. And I don't feel why, if the country is not supporting in terms of giving the actual information, why they are hiding. If you're true on every part, and if you're working for a globally level, you're working for a humanitarian ground, why don't you reveal the data? This should be the approach of the China, but Chinese have a different work culture. उनके काम करने का तरीका अलग है, so we cannot comment on that, but definitely they should be favoring. अभी जैसे इमर्जिंग इंडिया की बात करें, इंडिया ने ऑलरेडी भी इस पे एप्रीहेंशन कहा है, but definitely US is more focused upon this, that what is the actual origin of the virus and what has led to the pandemic in the entire world. Now China denies the report. China ने जो इंटरनल रिपोर्ट है, जो एजेंसी ने, इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसी ने जो रिपोर्ट गैदर किया है, उसको चाइनीज साइंटिस्ट ने डिनाई किया. दे हैव बीन रिजेक्टिंग द लैब लीक हाइपोथेसिस, सेइंग दैट SARS-CoV-2 कुड हैव इन सर्कुलेशन बिफोर इट हिटिंग द वुहान सिटी. तो उन्होंने कहा है कि वुहान आने से पहले ये वायरस ऑलरेडी दूसरे कंट्री से चाइना में आई. आई मीन देयर इज नो वैलिड आर्ग्यूमेंट ऑन दैट, बट दिस दे हैव बीन एडवोकेटिंग फॉर. And Chinese foreign ministers have said that it was completely untrue that these 3 members of the staff have fallen in the Wuhan Institute of Virology, right? So they have completely denied, but this is something which cannot be taken as an abstract. And the government, even the major economies like US, even Britain, Japan, these countries need to have a collaboration, and they have to jointly make an effort to find the origin of this virus. Now, single global tender for the vaccine procurement, again a very good editorial which talks about a policy that central government should immediately adopt to ensure that the vaccination process should be done at the masses. So this is important for your general studies paper 2, government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors. Now, what is under this editorial? क्या क्या themes हैं, क्या क्या topic of discussion रहेगी इस editorial में, जो important issues है. So first, what is a theme? This talks about single global tender for the vaccine procurement, और कुछ जो subheading है मैं आपके साथ discuss करूँगा, that include incoherent of all the front, additional responsibility of the state and right-based approach should be there. So with only 20 million vaccine shot available to the entire month of the May, जो हमारे एज्ड ग्रुप है 18 to 44 जिनकी टोटल पॉपुलेशन है 6 मिलियन, उसमें सिर्फ 20 मिलियन पीपल को वैक्सीनेट किया गया है, राइट. सो यू कैन सी दिस इज नॉट ऑल्दो 10% ऑल्सो, right? And many state government have resorted of floating global tenders for the COVID-19 vaccine. और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने कहा है हर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को कि आप ग्लोबल टेंडर निकालें, and you can ask the global market to give you a vaccine. You can have the procurement policy. For a country like India, where we have so many states, why can't there be a single tender? Why can't the central government procure? So we'll be discussing everything in detail. पूरी डिस्कशन उसी पे है कि क्यों नहीं सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट प्रोक्योर कर रही है, और अगर स्टेट्स करती है तो उनको बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम्स के सामना करने पड़ सकते हैं. So this situation is another example of political promises being made without sufficient planning. गवर्नमेंट ने 1 मई से ऑलरेडी अनाउंस कर दिया था कि सब एज ग्रुप 18 to 44 के लिए वैक्सीनेशन होगी, बट actually nothing was being planned. Many states have already delayed. They have started from 5th or 6th, and within May only every states have stopped. Delhi की अगर बात करें वहाँ पे लेट स्टार्ट हुई 4th of May से, and now till today is 25th. No, yesterday only, day before yesterday only on 23rd of May, they have stopped the vaccination. So it had not continued for 20 or 25 days also. So it is a point in the lack of political will to find a sustainable solutions, जहाँ पे एक inadequate coordination देखी गई है between the state and the central government. So this is something during the pandemic is completely not acceptable to the people. We are the voter, we are the citizen, have the right to avail all the health benefits under our constitution. We'll see the legality of that as well. Now, incoherent with all the fronts की अगर बात करें, जिस तरह से गवर्नमेंट ने एक लिबरलाइज और एक्सेलरेटेड फेज 3 को स्टार्ट किया था वैक्सीनेशन में, बट उसके बहुत सारे कॉन्स हैं. किस तरह से गवर्नमेंट फेल रही है इस एक्सेलरेटेड पॉलिसी को इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए. फर्स्ट, द लिबरलाइज strategy that was primarily intended to firefighting measures was having a limited vaccine supply. आपने vaccinations तो start कर दिया, but you do not have ample supply of the vaccine so that people could actually be vaccinated, right? दूसरी, supply are projected to achieve the sustainable level only by August 2021. No, the Serum Institute of India, the Bharat Biotech, they have already said कि they can only increase their productions in July, right? तो इतने समय तक हमें इंतजार करना पड़ेगा. Then only in the August month itself we can start the vaccination on the mass level. Second, यूनिफॉर्म वैक्सीन प्राइजेस नहीं है स्टेट्स में, हर स्टेट्स के पास अलग अलग है. इवन द प्राइवेट कंपनीज, द प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल आर चार्जिंग अ लॉट इन टर्म्स ऑफ द वैक्सीन. सो गवर्नमेंट शुड कम विद द रेगुलेशन. यहाँ पे ज़रूरी है रेगुलेट करने की. जो प्राइजेस हैं, वाई the people, why they would be charging such a huge amount. This is not a small, each and every individual has to take this vaccine, and government has to ensure and regulate the prices. So government is definitely failing in this part as well. And after so many days, government would come कि yes, we are coming with the regulation, which is actually not true. अगर आपको decision लेना है, अगर आप regulate करना चाहते हैं, तो why don't you take decision from the day first? Why you wait for 30 days? Why you wait for 2 months to come to an insight कि अच्छा अभी बहुत प्राइस ज़्यादा, इनको कम करने की जरूरत है. ये चीज़ें आपको पहले क्यों नहीं पता चलती? वाई डोंट यू टेक दिस डिसीजन बिफोर, राइट? सो I mean, government is working fine, but the way they are behaving is completely very pathetic at this point of time. So the new vaccination strategy are now forced to compete the unfavorable condition in the international market, जहाँ उनको negotiate करनी पड़ रही है. Domestic price में अलग competitions हैं, तो बहुत सारे fronts में problem है. Now, making the state government to pay more higher prices for the vaccine. This is something which the state government is paying. अगर central government 150 रुपीज़ में procure कर रही है एक वैक्सीन को, तो वही सेम वैक्सीन state government 450 में क्यों procure कर रही है, राइट, या 400 में या 300 में क्यों प्रोक्योर कर रही है? वाई देयर इज नॉट अ यूनिफॉर्म प्राइसेस डिस्पाइट द फैक्ट द कंपनीज आर मेकिंग प्रॉफिट ऑन 150 rupees as well, right? So this is something, I mean, the completely collapse of the management. The central government has failed to address this problem. No, I mean, in country like India where health was never a priority, we can see, no, for time being government is not able to cope up with this small problem, which can ultimately lead to the bigger problem. नाउ एडिशनल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दी गई है स्टेट्स को ऑन वैक्सीनेशन फ्रंट की अगर बात करें. सो ऑन वैक्सीनेशन द सेंटर and the state division of the labor has traditionally been where the center procure vaccine and the state administer them, right? तो पहले की अगर बात करें, जो पहले ऑलरेडी वैक्सीनेशन हुई है पोलियो की, अगर मैं एग्जांपल आपको दूं तो पोलियो में हुआ क्या था, एक्चुअली सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने सारे वैक्सीन को प्रोक्योर किया था और उन्होंने बाद में सारे स्टेट्स को वैक्सीन दी थी फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, राइट? सो ये चीज़ें होनी चाहिए थी पेंडेमिक के टाइम में. पोलियो वॉज समथिंग वेर वेरी लेस नंबर ऑफ पीपल वेर ओनली द चाइल्ड और कुछ एक स्पेसिफिक एज ग्रुप थी जो उसमें इफेक्टेड थी. तो जब पेंडेमिक इतनी ज़्यादा फैल चुकी है, वी आर विटनेसिंग सेकेंड वेव, वाई द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट इज नॉट कमिंग ऑन अ फोर फ्रंट, वाई दे आर नॉट एक्टिंग एज अ गार्जियन. दे शुड बी एक्टिंग एज अ गार्जियन एंड दे शुड बी कमिंग कि हाँ जो प्रोक्योरमेंट है, जो पूरी इंटरनेशनल प्रोक्योरमेंट है वो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट करेगी और वहाँ से डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होगी सारे स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को. आई थिंक दीज आर वेरी स्मॉल थिंग्स दैट गवर्नमेंट मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड. आई मीन दे मस्ट बी अंडरस्टैंडिंग. दे हैव ऑल द एक्सपर्ट, दे हैव ऑल द सीनियर ब्यूरोक्रेट्स, but I don't know why this is not implementing in the ground. This is completely which is not been understandable to a normal citizen, right? So procurement responsibility government को बढ़ाने की जरूरत है and this is something which is very important. What is your view? What do you feel in this point of view? And do share your valuable comment. I will be more than happy to read that. Now, right-based approach की जरूरत है. How the right-based approach should be performing? Article 21 को अगर देखें तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ये कहती है कि देयर शुड बी अ राइट बेस्ड अप्रोच. एवरी इंडिविजुअल हैज अ राइट टू गेट अ गुड हेल्थ, राइट? सो राइट बेस्ड अप्रोच इन हेल्थ इज एन ऑपरेशनल टर्म जहाँ पे एक्सेसिबिलिटी, अवेलेबिलिटी, अफोर्डेबिलिटी, ये सारी चीज़ों के साथ गवर्नमेंट को काम करने की जरूरत है. एंड इन रिसेंट टाइम इंडिया कोर्ट हैव लुक्ड इनटू द कोविड-19 vaccines as well as services on the right-based approach. States like Delhi were witnessing a shortfall of the oxygen. Then the Supreme Court and the High Court has to intervene to ensure कि supply पूरी तरह से उनको मिल रही है. फिर ऑक्सीजन ट्रेन्स और ये सारी चीज़ें स्टार्ट की गई, but after which we have already lost a lot many people, right? So the health emergency come within the purview of the central government. This should be there and the central government must be active, must be taking a proactive steps to overcome this problem. And the demand that government act responsibly to ensure the COVID-19 vaccines should be accessible, available and affordable. It is never too late to take the corrective measure. Still, second wave is deteriorating. We have seen the deterioration in the second wave, but the future prediction for the third wave should be taken very seriously and government should come up with all the corrective measures. I'm precisely talking about the central government. They should be coordinating with the state government. Now, on-site booking allowed for the 18 plus age group. जो 18 के प्लस के एज ग्रुप के लोग हैं, they were only eligible for the online vaccinations, but the government has allowed an on-site booking, right? How that will work? A small piece of information that might not be relevant for your examination, but it is equally important at this point of time that you should know this news as well. So, issues related to development and management of health. As per the latest issued guideline by the Union Health Ministry, they have said that on-site registration जो अपॉइंटमेंट है कोविड-19 के लिए वो अवेलेबल होगी 18 से 44 के एज ग्रुप के लिए कोविन ऐप पे. दे कैन हैव एन walk-in, they can visit an on-site registration. However, this feature were only enable for the government कोविड सेंटर्स और जो प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल्स हैं, जो प्राइवेट सेंटर्स हैं, कोविड वैक्सीनेशन सेंटर्स जो प्राइवेट हैं उन पे अवेलेबल नहीं है. इन केस ऑफ सेशन एक्सक्लूसिवली ऑर्गेनाइज फॉर द ऑनलाइन स्लॉट, ऐसे लोगों ने जिन्होंने ऑनलाइन ही बुकिंग की हुई है एंड सपोजिटली दे डू नॉट कम ऑन द पर्टिकुलर साइट, तो वहाँ पे क्या होती है, जो वैक्सीन एक्चुअल में एक वैक्सीन से 3 लोगों को 6 लोगों को एडमिनिस्टर की जा रही है, राइट? सो वहाँ पे जो वैक्सीन की वेस्टेज है उसको ध्यान में रखना है. उसको कम करने के लिए जो बाद में जो लोग हैं जो ऑन साइट रजिस्ट्रेशन कराना चाहते हैं वो वहाँ पे जाके वैक्सीन ले सकते हैं, ताकि वैक्सीन खास करके अगर कोई जो अपॉइंटमेंट जिन्होंने लिया हुआ है दे आर नॉट एक्चुअली रीचिंग दैट प्लेस, सो दिस कैन बी गिवन टू अदर बेनिफिशियरी सो दैट वी कुड हैव लेस वेस्टेज ऑफ द वैक्सीन्स. नाउ डिसीजन ऑफ द स्टेट्स, डिसीजन फॉर द स्टेट एंड यूटीज, यहाँ पे जो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट है और जो यूनियन टेरिटरीज है दे हैव टू टेक द डिसीजन. रिस्पेक्टिव स्टेट हैव टू टेक डिसीजन, यूनियन टेरिटरीज accordingly have to work. And the state and UT must decide on opting in on-site registration for the cohort registration appointment for 18 to 48 age group, right? And this will be an additional measures to minimize the vaccine wastage. We have seen many states like Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Mumbai, even the states like Madhya Pradesh have been regulated, and they were actually coming up with the vaccine वेस्टेज जो की रिपोर्ट वहाँ पे काफ़ी ज़्यादा की गई है, राइट? तो अगर वैक्सीन वेस्टेज हमें कम करनी है तो डेफिनेटली इस तरह की जो ऑनलाइन रजिस्ट्रेशन है, ऑन साइट रजिस्ट्रेशन हैं, दैट वुड बी हेल्पिंग टू ओवरकम दिस प्रॉब्लम एज वेल, right? So many important decision has to come from the state administration and the UT administrations. Now coming to the MCQs question, before I proceed with the questions, just to tell you about the answers of yesterday questions. So for answers, the correct option for first question is C, and for question number 2, the correct option here is A. So these two are the correct option. If you have marked your answer, do check it out, and if you're wrong on that particular part, do read it out in detail as well. Now today's question, SanDisk, the recently seen in news, is related to GI enabled tracking system for the sand dunes, social security scheme for differently abled, instant messaging platform by GOI, that is Government of India, and a new fertilizer developed by the ICAR, New Delhi, Indian Council for Agriculture Research. So what you have to do, you have to mark a correct option, and whatever you feel is correct, you can let us know in the comment section down below. Second question, with reference to security appellate tribunal, consider the following statement. SAT is a statutory body established under the provision of SEBI Act 1992, and the presiding officer of SAT shall be appointed by the President of India. So what do you feel? Which among the following is correct answer? Do let me know in the comment section down below. So this was all about the daily news and editorial analysis followed by the MCQs question. If you have any other concern, do let us know. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Wish you all the best. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you so much for